How much did you make last year from your YouTube channel?
I think I maybe made, dude, I don't know, maybe 10, 15,000,
Okay.
maybe.
But that was in like a month or two.
That was the rest of the year. So
Yeah.
from November to December.
Yep. So that was last year. What
Yeah.
about this year?
So I actually haven't, it's weird because I haven't actually like went in and looked at the exact numbers to like calculate all of it.
You must have some idea.
I have an idea.
Yeah.
It's definitely at this point close to 400.
400 grand.
Yeah. Yeah. By the
So-
end of the year though, there's no reason that it should be over $500,000. Like there's more than that.
It should be over half.
Yeah.
So what is that averaging? Roughly 40K a month in ad revenue,
Yeah.
and maybe an extra.
It really varies between 15 and 20 in sponsor.
Okay.
I do a lot of sponsors.
Yeah. Wow. That's amazing.
Speaking of side hustles, what is your recommendation? Like, what is your top maybe 3 recommendations as far as what is a good side hustle right now?
For sure. My first 100% is YouTube. Dude, YouTube, the amount of opportunity that we have nowadays because of, and really YouTube, TikTok, any of these platforms that are gonna give you opportunity. Because the thing about these platforms is it helps you to build an audience. And when you have that audience, you have influence. And when you have influence, you can do things like sell courses. And I'm not saying that on like a scummy level. I'm not saying it in like that kind of way, but you're providing value still. But it's just like, it's so organized, it's so compact, it's so knit together that you sell it as a course. It's really hard to do that if you don't have an audience. I heard somebody say something the other day. They said YouTube's the only platform that you get paid to promote yourself. There's over, 5 billion people on YouTube? YouTube gets like 50-something billion views per month. If you can just capture 0.0001% of that, you're set. You don't think that 0.0001% of people on YouTube would be interested in your personality, even if it's quirky, even if you're shy or whatever?
Yeah.
Of course they are. There's an audience for everyone.
Would you say that YouTube really is a good avenue for everyone? What if the person watching this right now, they're like, yeah, that's easy for you to say because you have a passion, you have something you like. I don't even know what I would make videos about.
You just have to try stuff.
You
just have to try stuff. I've tried so many things in my life, like so many things. Like my first company, dude, was a clothing company in college, and a very stereotypical story. In my dorm room, I literally learned how to sew like designs on shirts. I went to my wife's grandmother, or fiance at the time. She taught me how to sew, and I would literally design my own shirts and I would sell them. And the company was called Padigs. And I was selling things on Etsy, on eBay. I didn't want to do that. I didn't like it. But I tried it though.
So something else. I mean, is that kind of the number 2 thing you talk about? Something online? Is there kind of more specifics?
Yeah, no, there is. I would say, I think Etsy has a lot of potential.
Yeah.
Huge potential.
I agree.
Because they get so much traffic on the website. And if you can just find a niche within Etsy and just get really, really good at it. But obviously you have to do research to see that there's actually an audience for that. And there's ways to do that, of course.
Sure.
You can make a lot of money doing that.
Yeah,
and it's super passive. Third one, that's hard because there's like the thing is like, I researched so many sides because I'm past the point now where I can just go to Google and type in best side hustles 2022.
Right.
I have to get creative now. And so I find so many side hustles, and it gets to a point where it's like, instead of just saying sell stuff on Etsy, there's 100 different things on Etsy that you can kind of like go down this rabbit hole and start a business with. So like every single thing that you look at has some potential. It's just a matter of you being creative, finding a way to stand out. There's a book years ago that I read called and I actually found out about it because it was Jay-Z's favorite book. I was like, if Jay-Z's reading a book, then I have to read this book.
It's kind of good.
And so it's called Purple Cow, and he's a well-known author. That's good. Yeah, Purple Cow, and the book's so good. It just talks about standing out, being the purple cow, right?
Yeah.
And I think that's also very important. But I think a big part of standing out is just being yourself.